Wow. Bill, look at this place. Holy cow. What have these guys gotten themselves into? There they are. Matt, Meredith.
Hey.
Nice to meet y'all.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, nice abandoned mansion, y'all.
Thank you.
This needs a little bit of work.
Yeah, I would say so.
I think we have a few things we need to talk about today. What do you think, Matt?
Just a few.
Just a few. Oh man, look at this place. You guys know Bill Wood, my frame carpenter, right? And this is an up-and-coming YouTuber you probably don't know, Matt Carriker and his wife Meredith.
Nice to meet you.
We're here to help them out. They don't have many subs on YouTube. They're
Appreciate
kind of future star at some point.
Hopefully.
So you guys bought an abandoned mansion.
Yeah, have you ever seen anything like this?
Never.
Really?
Never. I've done a lot of building and remodeling in 25 years, but never anything like this.
So the first time I saw this house, I walked in and my jaw just dropped because it seems, it's like the most beautiful pile of junk I've ever seen. And it
that's a
has
good
so much
description.
potential, I think.
Yeah.
But it's going to take a lot of work.
And man, the views, guys, holy cow. I mean, these windows that are broken and terrible. But
And by windows, you mean holes.
By the
Yes.
holes in this case, in the broken, terrible windows, it's framing quite a view. This is quite a property.
We're
All right, so
excited.
what's the story here? This house is like 10, 15 years old?
It was originally built in 2001.
Okay.
And somewhere along the way, it was just abandoned. They left it, and it's the original owner who we bought the property from. He was a builder, he was a mason, and at some point he stopped building, and then at another point somewhere, you know, a decade ago, some kids came and broke down every window with rocks. And
So he was a mason. That makes sense that we're seeing like 10 different styles of rock outside.
A
and
lot
this
of craziness.
Super ornate entry and this true masonry fireplace, which is, frankly, Matt, really expensive. I mean, that'd be, to have a mason do that, that's 30, 40 grand probably. That's way nicer than what most houses get on even a really expensive custom home.
yeah, it is. There are a lot of really neat features like that throughout the entire house, which is what intrigued us with this property, is because it has so many things that you would not see in a normal build like this.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we got some rot right away that we're seeing, and the house, I know from your videos, I'm actually a giant fanboy of Matt's. I've been watching Matt and Meredith's videos for at least a couple, 3 or 4 years now with my whole family. They've already taken the insulation down. There was no sheetrock ever in here.
A little bit. There's like a couple rooms that had a little, but yeah, 95% of the house had no sheetrock.
But this rot was kind of hidden behind the insulation. You didn't know all the problems, or did you have a pretty good clue of what you're getting
When
into?
we were looking at the property before we had bought it, we pulled some down and saw the rot. I brought a guy in here who knows about this kind of stuff, and
Okay.
so we knew what we were getting into. He showed me. He's like, all the stucco here is gonna have to come off.
Yeah.
And so after we pulled everything else off, we didn't see anything we were that surprised about.
Yeah, I brought my calibrated rot detector with me that most Texans own, and I'm assuming you
I have one
actually
too,
have.
yeah.
You have one too. Meredith, did you bring yours as well?
No.
She relies
I
on mine.
left
She
it
relies on
today.
yours. It's calibrated, luckily.
Yep.
So you've got some stuff in here though that looks fantastic. I mean, right? This grain vault ceiling. I mean, Bill, some framer took some time on that, didn't they?
That's right.
That looks good.
Yeah, we're leaving that. You actually, your audience will see this probably before mine will, but we took out, there was another vaulted ceiling here and another weird little dome over there.
Yep.
And we just thought it was too many weird levels. And so
Yeah.
we're going to raise these and flatten them. This we're going to keep. And we kind of toned down the crazy ceilings in here a little bit.
And I'm also noticing all your roofs are on the house, but yet we have some rot happening in a bunch of areas in the roof I'm seeing right here. It's kind of a who's the original builder from the 1800s that did a fake flat roof? It's like Thomas Jefferson or one of those guys had a roof similar to this that looks flat from the street, but it's actually a pitched series of roofs. And it didn't work for him, and it's not working for you either right now. Unfortunately,
Definitely needs
we
a
got
little
some
work.
rot right here.
Yep.
So master wing down here,
Yep.
and it looks like 2-story volume here. Let's go check out the upstairs, and then we'll walk and look at some of the outside.
Sounds good.
Meet you upstairs. Oh, before we go up, look at this. We got some rotted sheathing right there. My knife stops at the back of the rock right there.
The stone on the other
But
side.
the wood, it just pokes right through.
It's not supposed to be like that.
Not supposed to be like that. All right, so we have some rot, but we also have some areas like this, Matt, that are, I mean, this OSB, which is 20 years old, looks fine. So does this over here. And then under your windows, as usual, probably for a missing window, we've got some rot.
Yep.
Your plywood's not in terrible shape, although it's got a lot of buckling.
Yep.
It's not rotted. Probably was blown in through the windows there.
As you would say, the bones are good?
The bones are good.
Good.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it on camera downstairs, but as I was looking around, nothing but a few shrinkage or spider cracks in the foundation. It's probably all rock up here too, so it's not like you've got clay soil that's moving. Let's go out on this roof. I want to see what the outside looks like. Ooh. Got a little rot here. Careful, Matt. Don't go too close.
You don't want to go over there.
No, you don't.
Not until we shore that up a little bit.
All right, so this is interesting, y'all.
You seen this, Matt?
You think that's the problem?
I don't know if they normally build that way.
Yeah, that's how Bill and I do it normally.
If you get it good enough.
As long as you got an inch of coverage, you should be fine.
Yeah.
I think you'd be all right. This is interesting, Matt. You've got in some areas like a real thick, kind of peel and stick material, and then you've got a white, pretty standard house wrap in others. Look at the UV damage on that right there. Look at this cracking on this where the sun's hit it.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a real thin plastic material that needs to be covered within 3 months, and it's been 20 years. 20 years of damage, it's all gone.
So would you say it's been out too much?
It's been just a hair, yeah, like a month too
Overcooked.
long. Slightly overbaked.
It, though, I think.
All right, so I should have a safety harness on, but I'm going to forego that. Don't do this, people. Don't do what I'm doing. Listen to me, don't do what I do. All right, so check out this stucco. We got some serious issues over here. All this is getting water behind it because you've got these parapet walls right here, Matt. That's a wall up to the sky that's uncovered. Think of this like in human terms, like you went out in a rainstorm and you have a raincoat on but no umbrella. You better have the best raincoat you could possibly buy with a perfect hood in this situation. Whereas this wall right here has an overhang of a foot or two. That's like having an umbrella up. We're not as worried about the raincoat. Doesn't have to be perfect. But that's why you got all this damage. And then someone tried to come in and caulk this and fix it. But it's not about
You're
keeping...
saying this probably didn't happen at the original build. They came in later and did that.
They came in later to try and like, oh, we got some water coming in here, let's try and fix this. And my nerdy building science friend David Nicastro says, it's not about keeping the water out, it's about letting it out. And then this caulking down here too, it's counterintuitive. My guess is there's something in here, or there should be a weep in here that's letting that water out, or maybe behind the receiver flashing, but it's not done correctly. So there's probably water holding, which means I bet this wall has a lot of rot on the other side, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be impressed when you see the other side of that wall.
Yeah, I don't think these windows are going to stay either, Matt. For sure you got to replace these, buddy.
No, just tape it up. It'll be fine.
It's going to be interesting to see how much rot we have behind the wall here where there's no overhang versus this window right here.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But the metal roof looks good. This could be potentially okay, or we might take off the panels and reuse them. Shows the value of a metal roof 20 years later.
Exactly.
No maintenance, no touching it, and it's still in good shape.
I don't even look at it for 20 years now.
Yeah. And this buckling plywood up here, Matt, I noticed you've got spray foam underneath. So this plywood's gonna be hard to pull off because it's basically glued down to that spray foam. But if you re-nailed it and it's not delaminated too bad, we could probably come in with a big floor sander, sand all these seams down, make it flat, get rid of all this loose stuff, and then we'll lay a big bead of glue down and drop some new 3/4 Advantech decking down, screw that down real well, and so you'd actually have 2 layers of floor, which will help with noise a little bit downstairs. I'm assuming this is potential kids' bedrooms up here or something.
That's the plan. And our kids are loud.
Ductwork doesn't look too bad, really. Not in terrible shape. I wish we had some metal trunk lines instead of all flex, but you know.
20 years ago.
20 years ago, we didn't know any better.
So they do all metal now? On the
Not,
builds?
we want as much metal as possible, but typically we'll drop the last 10 feet in flex.
Gotcha.
And that's quieter. Yeah, look at all that rod we got. And it's a lot of under windows too, which could be, oh my gosh, look at that.
Yeah, this is the area that's got the overhang, and that's the one that's got the parapet wall.
Yeah, this is parapet wall right here. My little calibrated rot detector. It's funny, when I make YouTube videos, Matt, everyone comments on which knife I have.
Mm-hmm.
And some people even know the brand of this particular knife and comment it. Isn't that interesting?
Yep.
A lot of
Well,
people.
you think if 100,000 people watch it, someone's gonna know everything.
Yeah, that is
Someone's
true.
gonna see every little detail.
Good point. You know what? These studs are in good shape, though. I don't see any rot happening here.
Most of the studs, there's a few that definitely need to be replaced, but most of them are good.
Yeah, I think your original builder firmer did a good job. The bones are in good shape.
Well, and it's good that it was able to dry out from the inside as well.
Yeah, that's
true.
It's
Yeah.
actually kind of holding it back a little bit, right? If this was sheetrocked,
So really, yeah, if it was sheetrocked, it would have been far worse, most likely.
what's happening here is all that water that's getting in, the sheathing got rotted. Now we do have some rot. Oh, actually that's not too bad. We have some rot on the back side of the stud, but see it's fine here. A couple of these studs will need to be replaced, but like this one looks fine. On the other hand, the sheathing's got to come off. Look at that.
Seems okay.
I'm pretty sure this one.
I'm trying to save a little money on this build, Matt, so I'll probably just leave that up there.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right, Matt, I'm gonna do you a favor and pull some of the sheathing out for
You owe me now. You got to pay for that. You break it, you buy it.
You bring it, you buy it. Look at this OSB.
It seems good.
Come on over here and watch
It seems
this.
fine.
Oh my gosh, Matt.
No, we got to put some caulk on it.
Here's a
It'll
piece
be
for
good.
you. There's a
Caulk,
souvenir
caulk
for
will
you.
fix that.
And there's the back of the white.
So what you're saying, Matt, is water got behind that house wrap.
Yep, or through it.
I bet it got on both sides of it. I mean, water came in
Yeah.
from the windows on this side and came from the stucco on the other side.
Yeah.
And so it was getting wet from both sides and had no chance.
It's interesting, Matt, that you've got not only rot, but you've got a little bit of white mold
Mm-hmm.
happening as well. Some people call OSB vertical mulch
Yeah.
because it's a flaky wood that when it gets wet, it kind of falls apart. It's honestly, waterproofing is the most important thing. Water is the #1 enemy of durability for a house.
Makes sense.
And as you can see, it's caused some damage. But honestly, like some of these studs are fine. There's a couple that need to be replaced. Replace the sheathing, replace the waterproofing, put a really good waterproofing system on these parapet walls, you'll be good to go. The other thing we don't want to do is stucco the cap. They stuccoed the cap of the wall.
So you put a little metal on top
Put a
of that?
metal cap on there.
Cool.
Yeah, because when you stucco over the top, you're stapling through the top, and your whatever water barrier it is, you don't want to staple through a horizontal surface. Because once you staple through there, you've got a spot for that water to get through.
Makes sense.
So we want a hat.
And it might hold
House.
for 5 years or something, but then it'll
But not
eventually
long
start
term.
leaking. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But all this rot's not terrible, right? I mean, this could be redone, and it gives you the opportunity to, if you don't like the archtop windows, to change those into a square and do some of those things. It'd be easy to reframe and change some of this.
I think that's probably what we'll do.
I like the
Just
beams
square.
though. These beams are cool.
Yeah.
Y'all really need a good architect on this project. You need someone who can tell you how to turn it into a style that's more your style and fitting with your family and what you want to do, rather than kind of keeping the exact style. But it's not bad. Think I could help you with this project, Matt?
I think we're going to need all the help we can get with this paycheck, so yeah.
Guys, if you don't already follow Matt and Meredith, they actually have 3 YouTube channels. Man, they're really fun to watch. And this project in particular has been fun to watch as a builder. Are you going to change the Off the Ranch channel to Renovation Ranch?
No, because I still want to do other stuff. But
Little mini series.
this is definitely going to take up most of the Off the Ranch channel for a year. That's a good question for you. What do you think time frame on this?
At least a
thing?
year.
At least a year?
Yeah, you probably want to budget at least a year. It might even take a little bit longer.
Let's make it shorter.
It depends.
This is a very impatient man.
No,
I don't
I'm
know if
so
you know.
It could be shorter. I mean, if you have the time, but you really need someone
Yeah.
to give you some plans first.
Yeah.
And you're going to get to a stage where you've pulled out all the demo that you can do. You don't want to do any more than, you don't want to demo the stucco, for instance, until you know the plan for the windows and what's
Right.
going to happen. So my recommendation, always hire a good architect, find someone who can really give you some design direction, and then a builder like me or a local guy can then execute for you. You can do a bunch of sweat equity. You guys are both healthy and smart. You could probably pull some people in. You could probably pull your YouTube audience and get some good people in. You need a good HVAC guy. You need a good electrician. You need a good insulator. Bill and I might be able to help you come do some of the waterproofing. That's real technical.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a fun project. You got your hands full.
Yes. I believe so.
But
We're
you know
excited.
what? The other cool thing about this is, I've got kids not much older than yours. I love having them out to building sites.
Yeah.
And I'm actually about to start a remodel project as well. And I want them to do some of the work with me. Even if we don't do everything,
Yeah.
I want to spend a couple of days doing finish carpentry with them and building at least a couple of the cabinets.
Well, I think it's
And-
great for kids to see, maybe not exactly how to do it, but just to know it's possible
Yeah.
for them to do it. You know, we didn't know how to do finishing and stuff like that until
Yeah.
we learned how to do it. We tried to do it. So
And I think that as a kid, that knowledge is helpful in all areas of life. Like
sure.
my kids are hunters, I'm a hunter. I think it makes us more of a conservationist because we understand and we appreciate God's creation. And you know, if you've never butchered an animal, you've only eaten hamburgers, you don't know where that comes from, you don't appreciate that.
you think it shows up at the grocery store.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And then you're less interested in conservation.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's a fun project, y'all. I'll put a link to Matt and Meredith's 3 channels on there. You guys should go over and subscribe. They're a new upstart. They really need some subscribers.
Trying to figure out this whole YouTube thing.
Hopefully you can figure it out, guys. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Otherwise, we'll see you next time on The Build Show.